And that is vitally important. So to keep one step ahead of the other, one foot in front of the other. Okay, right, we've let Kim into the room. All right, everybody, so before we start up, I'm going to take you very quickly through where you're meant to be on and meant to have joined. So please, everybody, on Facebook, Spa Professionals Guild, make sure that you're following us there. Remember, if you've just joined, you will have to type in the words in full until Facebook recognizes that you are referring to Spa Professionals Guild, and then it will tag us and it will come up first when you tag it. Your private member lounge for members only. It's great to see that the members are increasing in this platform, in this lounge, and it's also great to see that there is activity happening there and there is sharing of information and there is questions arising all the time. So well done. If you are not on there, please, as one of our members, go into Facebook, find it and request access, okay? Then we've got our Instagram pages, Spa Professionals Guild Instagram. Please make sure you're following us there. And also Spa Business Coach Online, okay? And that's my coaching page, so please make sure to follow me there too. We also have on YouTube our Spa Professionals Guild page where you can find our tips, our little weekly motivating tips, business tips. You can also go and check out old coaching, well, not old, you can go and check out pre-recorded coaching sessions on there if you're needing to refresh your memory or if you happen to have missed out on a specific coaching session. Okay, so we're getting very close to the 80 members number, which is amazing. We're on 15 different countries, which is awesome to see as well. So we are getting, our reach is getting wider, which is awesome. And it's great to see that our community is growing. So thank you to all of you. And we really can see that we're adding huge value because the kind of feedback that I'm getting from some of you, or from most of you, is totally amazing. So thank you so much and well done as well. Then we start off a new group tomorrow. Okay, so for any of you who have not registered yet, or you have a colleague that is wanting to register, they can still register a week into after we start, because module 1 is relatively easy to work through. So we have our official kickoff meeting tomorrow, but they have got time to join that group until the end of this week. So if you do know anybody that wants to get onto this course, I know there are a few of you that are wanting people to start up. Please get them to get their registrations in and to join our meeting that starts up tomorrow. And there are our dates for group 7. Okay, so if anybody wants to have quick access to those dates so that they know when are their modules starting and which modules are they completing in which month, there you have it in front of you. And then we have our group coaching session. So today we are going to go through our business challenges solved. I want you all please to make sure, and I'm sure you have it diarized because I've been nagging you about this since the word go, but the 23rd of February is your second meetup that we have in the month. That is at 4 p.m. And our topic that we're going to discuss is the L word. Okay, I'm not going to tell you what it is today. You're going to have to wait to find out what the L word is. But the question I have for you for that session is, do you want to make more money? And do you want to keep your staff motivated? So the L word is going to share some secrets on how you can transform your business, make more money, and keep your staff motivated. So see you for that specific session on the 23rd of February. Okay, so we get to today's topic. And before I call on our coaches to give us some much needed advice to the challenges that you all presented to me, I'd like to take you through 3 little slides and a video clip. I normally show the video clips at the end of the coaching, and today I decided to show it at the beginning, and I'll tell you why. Your mindset in today's session is critical. Your mindset and how you accept the advice, the tips, and the information that you are going to be given by our affiliates and head coaches is critical. So I want to make sure that we get your mindset right first not at the end of the session today. Okay, I want to get your mindset right first, then you get the advice, because then your mind is open and ready to take everything in. And then we'll say goodbye and you're all amped and ready to take all the advice that you're given and put it into practice. Okay, so today really we are going to have a look at your challenges, okay? And I want you to understand something very carefully. If you did not have challenges in your business, okay, if you did not have challenges in your business wouldn't grow. So understand that the fact that you're having challenges means that there is a growth path for you. So look at the positive in that, okay? The fact that you're having challenges means there is a growth path. And that is a very important point to take with you, okay? Yes, there are days when you will wake up and it seems like this total upward climb and you are exhausted and you have one issue after the other and one fire to put out after the other. Understand one thing, that you're not on that upward climb on your own. You have a community to fall back on of another 70 owners and managers that are probably experiencing the same thing you are. Okay, so I want you to remember that you're not on your own in that journey. And of course, you may stand at the beginning of a day or at the end of a month when you get your profit and loss and go, well, I actually don't even know where to turn. I don't know what to do. I don't know how to keep my staff motivated. And that's what today is about. Okay, so we are going to have a look at the video clip, and I have one little quote to show you before I show you the video clip. And the quote is by Tim Grover, and it says as follows: ask yourself, where are you now and where do you want to be instead? Okay, so where are you now and where would I like to be instead? And then ask yourself, okay, what am I willing to do to get there? What am I willing to sacrifice? And what am I not willing to do to get myself to that point? And then I have the most incredible video clip. So enjoy it. And then we're going to hit the coaches with some questions.
There are areas within myself where I cannot compromise. I am going to work hard. I am going to train hard. I am going to improve myself. I am not going to rest on my laurels. I'm going to own my mistakes and confront them. I am going to face my demons. I'm not going to give up or give out or give in. I am going to stand. I am going to maintain my self-discipline. Step it up. Make yourself get out of the comfort zone and get into the combat zone where you have to fight, where you have to dig deep, where strength and power and fortitude are found. There will be no compromise. Now, not ever.
Life will knock you between the eyes. It will catch you on the blind side, come out of nowhere, stuff you can't anticipate. That will knock the wind out of you. You want to give up. But in the face of that, you want to be relentless. You've got to decide that I'm going to be fearless. I refuse to be denied. And I'm going to go all out. I don't care how many no's I encounter. You've got to be willing to be unreasonable. If you want unreasonable results in your life, you've got to be willing to be unreasonable. Part of being unreasonable, you don't judge according to appearances. Part of being unreasonable, you concede because you believe it. You must have the faith to call forth those things that be not as though they were. You've got to decide, I deserve this, and I'm going to have it. You've got to say yes to your life. You've got to say yes. Yes to my dreams. Yes to me. Yes, I can make it. Yes, I can. Doesn't matter how many failures I've made. Doesn't matter how many mistakes I've endured. Doesn't matter about my defeats. Doesn't matter about what I've done. Yes, yes. I don't care about the fact I'm in a holdout. Doesn't matter about where I am. Yes, the last chapter to my life has not been written yet. If you judge me now, you'll judge me prematurely. I haven't exposed all my stuff yet. I'm still in the process of transforming my life. I'm still in the process of becoming. Yes. You're going to do whatever it takes. Do you hear me? You're going to go your own way. You're going to do what they won't do. You're going to be smart, and you can win.
Have a read what it says, everyone. Okay, how amazing is that? Being relentless in the pursuit of your goals. Okay, so the top challenges, there are 5 of them. And these top 5 challenges seem to permeate through about 60% of the community, of the group, okay? Everybody, while we're talking, please feel free to go into the chat box. If there's a question that you want raised, put it there. Or if you're agreeing with something or you want to add to what one of the coaches is saying, please put it there first. I am going to ask Brian to chat to our group first, for the simple reason that he has to rush off. So he's got about 10 or 15 minutes to give us. And then after Brian chats to us, we'll hand over, or we'll turn to the other coaches that we have online. Okay, so Brian, hi, how are you?
How's it?
I'll
wear my patented mask.
No, don't do that, because I cannot even look at you and not laugh. Don't do that.
I know. We're crushing it right now.
I know, that mask is crashing it. There's a TikTok going around, everybody, about this mask. I'll post it to our group a little.
Can you put my share screen on?
Pardon?
Can you share my screen or make me share screen worthy?
Yes.
Under security?
Yes, hold on. Let me make you a co-host.
Because this could actually, we could leverage this into stuff that for them as well.
Kim, my volume is on full stick. Sorry. Can everybody hear me okay? I mean, my volume's on full. Brian, can you hear me fine?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right.
So
I think you have a share screen, but I need to stop sharing mine, Brian. Hold on. Okay.
Okay. Now we're cool. I think what you were talking about was I did a little TikTok this past week. This one TikTok with my mask has got almost 33 million views in the last 4 days. We were in Australia on the news. We did some TV interviews yesterday. Everybody from BuzzFeed to wherever. I'm just doing a bunch of different fun things. And we have some more coming out that's going to be pretty cool. But yeah, it's gotten over 6.5 million likes even. And that's very interesting, because I also believe very firmly that everyone on here could create buzz for your own business. You just can't sit around and wait for it. Everybody wants to moan and complain.
You've got to create the buzz.
Hold on. Let me mute whoever's speaking.
I got her muted.
Okay.
So the thing is that I listen to business owners that sit there and moan about how life is hard and how business sucks and COVID's bringing it down, and I don't buy it. And I don't buy it for a couple of reasons. Number one, and let me just show you as another example. What value do you bring to your clients? Or are you commoditized like everybody else, right? For me, I want to give value every day. I don't sell on my Instagram. Whoops, didn't mean to do that. But I don't sell on Instagram. My whole thing on Instagram is really just about giving value first. And when I do that, it comes back tenfold in attraction. And I can share with you not only am I here because I have a great passion to help other entrepreneurs, but also, and I want to share some ideas that will impact your business, but also I want to give you something else. And this is really just to impress upon you the value that Marissa and Shani really want to give to you guys as members of the Spa Professionals Guild. You have access to things that most spa owners won't. And even if you take, and I just jumped up Google, let's see what comes up here. Well, how would I say it? It's not working. Okay. Like having access to us, like this is what I charge to do a seminar, to go and give coaching and talk to people for an hour. And I share that because with you guys, you have access at really no cost. The investment is your time and things like this. And I'm happy to participate in any of these, Marissa, that you'd like, because I know that we can add value. And I want to kind of pose some questions to you and know and understand that when I first met Shani, she said to me, you Americans are just so arrogant, And I said, luister, ek is jammer om van jou kak te hoor. But the reality was, as I said to her, I don't think, I will say this, a lot of Americans are dumb intellectually. But what we do have and what we have fostered ever since we're children is that anything is possible. We're very confident. We're really ready to push through. I don't have a university degree. I barely got out of matric. I mean, like literally barely. But I have a trait that most people don't. And we've been fortunate to earn millions of dollars with this one trait. I don't give up. I will call someone until I get a restraining order. I don't care if someone doesn't like me or not. What I care about is, can I add value and can I commoditize it over a longer period of time? People can tell when you're desperate. And, the beautiful thing about this business is you may be in business for yourself, but you're never by yourself. And you also must be 10 times more brave to do things. I'm going to drop the F-bomb here, okay? Fast, flexible. Those are 2 F-bombs. Stop being afraid and being paralyzed into where we are right now. There's plenty of money out there. One of my clients, and I work with CEOs of different companies. One of my clients went from $252 million in turnover in 2019 to over $500 million. And they should have retracted. But what he did, the CEO shifted his strategy and began doing social selling, began adapting how he was marketing to the field. And that fast and flexible doesn't always work, but that's why you're flexible to kind of flip back the other way. Stop whining. I don't want to hear, oh, I'm depressed. You don't understand. It's so hard. Start winning. Change the mindset. Change the questions. How easy do you make it to do business with you? That's the funniest part. Oh, it's just people aren't really calling. Well, how easy do you make it? How do they get a hold of you after hours? Do you forward your phone? Oh, well, that's my private time. Then don't complain about being broke. I know that with the Spa Professionals Guild, there's a whole module on 2 that's going to help. Module 2, I think is what it is, that will actually help you with the staff section. But yet, how many people do it? Or do you click that you did it, check mark it, and not live it? I mean, like, these are the things. Like, I have a freaking treadmill. Does it look like I'm on it? No. So I have zero right to moan about my body. And for me, I'm lucky. I have what's called reverse body dysmorphia. When I look in the mirror, I think I'm hot. So I'm okay with that, right? But think about even the questions. And by the way, one thing that I would do is I would have an answering service at night if you're not willing to forward the phones to someone, because people are going to want stuff after hours. When they are there and they are working with you, stop with the, how are you today? Welcome. Let's get serious. Like, let's ask them, hey, what did you enjoy most? Write that down. That's a question no one's been asked. Was everything okay? Even if it's not, they're going to lie to your face. And especially, I know we have other countries on here, but South Africa's the worst. Lekker. Everything's lekker. And then the guy's like, I'm never going back there again. You know, ask them, what did you enjoy most today? What a powerful question. Was there anything that you wish that we had or that you wish that we offered that you didn't see on the menu? That's voice a customer. Maybe they say, I wish you had foot massages while getting your nails done. If one person says it, it is what it is. If 20 people say that, now you got a new marketing opportunity. People want what's easy to them, right? But people will also follow you and they'll lead you, because guess why? And I'll give you a little more detail when I say this right now, but people are sheep. They will do that stupid mask video going around in different places, you know, and people saying, pull up your mask. Oh, it is people. What a waste of time. I give out so much amazing content and, you know, yeah, we do okay. But 32 million views on a stupid video. People want this. People are attracted to the silliest stuff, right? So what was the most powerful question? And Marissa, I'll throw it out to you, see if you know the answer. The most powerful question ever created in marketing. You got it?
Am I supposed to know?
Just give me a guess. Do you know?
That's not a word. No, I don't know.
Okay, you will know it. You ready, everybody? Would you like fries with that? That is the most powerful question ever created in marketing. And it was only followed up by, would you like that supersized? Okay, because people will accept suggests and add-ons. I'll talk about that in just a second. I don't mean to bore you with my low energy. I'm just throwing this out here, okay? But when we look at this, if we go, all right, how do we add on? We call that bundling or value stacking. Think about how we can do that. If someone is willing to buy something, they're certainly way more willing to do it. Where do they put the sweeties? In the back or at the register till? Right? They're at the till because you've already made the big purchase, and in your mind, it's like, oh, that's just that. Let me grab it. Ooh, I want that. Let's do it. And there's certain messaging, and maybe we can do another one if anyone's keen on what are the upsell questions you can ask at the till or at checkout? What are pre-questions you can ask when they come in? How can you begin the process of suggest selling? And people go, I don't like to sell. I'm just a therapist. Well, you know what? You're a sales person, professional first. And you don't have to do it in a manipulative way. If it comes from the heart and it comes from an authentic desire to want to serve someone, what's wrong with that? You're sharing them something that they didn't even know existed. So bundling, packaging together is a great way of doing that. Value stacking, where you have a good, better, best. In fact, marketing has shown that when you give someone 3 choices of a value stack, 87% of those people will select the middle one. If you offer a 4 value stack, good, better, best, amazing, most, even if these first 3 were the original where they picked, they'll move to this one, the third one. It's how we think. The 4th one is always the ego play. Somebody wants to be, you know, the, you know, big shot, you know. Now, some people want everything from Mahala. Guess what? Not your customer, not your problem. Be willing to walk away from that stuff. So how do you build alignment with your customers? You know, how do you do that? I will, and let me just do one other thing. This could be another talk if you want to write this down, but Marissa, but how do you handle upset customers? And there's a little rule of thumb, and this is the only thing I'll say on this, we'll move on. And that is, I'm never worried about a customer that complains. I love that. I can flip them to be a loyal customer in 1 second. It's like a dog. Don't worry about the dog that growls. Worry about the dog that just stares, because they're the ones that are going to bite you. Okay. And we live in a world now of cancel society. I'm so offended. I'm canceling you. You know, at this point, does it really even matter? I see people, and I just responded to a negative one actually on Facebook, where a guy said something about, let's see if I can even find it here. But he basically was trying to shame me for doing my mask thing, and I think it's dumb, and I think it's actually worse than even wearing a mask, showing your disapproval and complying. You're such a coward. Da da da. My response, because they want to trigger you, they want to get you upset. When people scream and yell at you because something happened on their treatment, you know, they're expecting you to come back at them. For me, I was like, that's the beautiful thing about life, Sean. You do you, boo. I respect your opinion. They don't have any way back. If someone's upset in your store about something, there's a formula that we can teach. It's called react, respond, then recover. Most of it's like, I'm so sorry. Oh, geez, I'm gonna do that makes you weak. React, oh my goodness, oh snap, you know, like geez, and then respond, and then try to recover from the relationship. And there's a kind of a formula there that's pretty amazing if you follow it. But we got to look for alignment. We must see things from our customer's point of view. Voice of customer. Stop trying to do business the way you've always done business. You know why your business is probably down? If anybody's down, you're still trying to do business pre-COVID. You must adapt, adjust, be fast to try new things, flexible to be able to. Why are you wasting your time on this page? I see so many people that waste their time showing up to meetings for the sake of showing up to me, and you confuse being busy with being successful. You know, we got to look at, you know, and by the way, I'm coming to you with love. I'm not coming at you to be this, again, arrogant American. I gave you a warning about that. I'm only sharing with you the truth, because it's difficult sometimes to see a different perspective or a different point of view. We're not naturally attuned to that. You know, I would say from a physical perspective, use emotions as a signal to how you communicate with your customer. I disassociate anger, like this guy. I mean, easily. I mean, I had somebody the other day said I was stupid. I was like, you know, what are you talking about? I graduated from elementary school. I'm not stupid. You know, like I do the opposite to what they want. Now, you might say, well, you can get away with that. You're like sarcastic or whatever. It does hurt me, because that would never be my intent. I care about people. I want to serve people. You know, I don't even really, I mean, money is not what chases me right now. I can make a buttload more money, you know, and, but I choose to do things. I want to work with people that I want to work with. I'm not here because I'm making money. I'm not making money. I'm here because I was told to by my wife. I mean, because I want to give and share ideas, right? But what your goal has to be is this: how do you position yourself as an expert? People will pay more for expertise. When you start couponing and you start discounting and you start doing that, guess what happens? Your value will start diminishing. And guess what else? You will never recover from that. I'll give you one example. One of our clients, let's say we, because obviously my wife is my partner here, we charge, I don't have, let me do a calculator real quick so we can do times, what is it, 15. So we have a client that we were billing $240,000 a month as a retainer, and been with them for several years, and we have several of those. Well, they said they didn't have money. This is going into 2020 because of COVID and da. So we gave them a 50% discount. We even put it on the invoice every month, discount due to COVID. But guess what my challenge is now, is we're going up on 1 year of this. I will never, ever recover that money back. Not only in the past, now they have a new set normal that's what they're going to pay, the 120. Okay. And that's not necessarily a bad thing, because 120,000 retainer is still something. But at the same time, I can't dig out of that hole with them. So I got to now capture another customer to make up the delta or the difference. And this is the challenge when you start couponing. But people will, and how do you move away from that? Well, go away from problem solving and move into what I call problem finding. You know, people, if they want a car, they can do their own research. If I want a massage, I can go online and Google that. Now it's all commoditized. So what you have to do is understand their desire, ask the right questions. You know, there's a premium to that being an expert. Hi, I'm calling up. Do you guys have any openings for a massage? First of all, thank you for calling. We really, really value that. Self-care is one of the things that we actually focus on because you can get a massage pretty much anywhere. But what we're trying to do is help you increase your sense of well-being and your mood. And we actually have some very custom fragrances, or I'm making up words. What's that stuff called you put underneath your, take a deep breath, that stuff, you know, that helps enhance your experience. And this is not a massage, by the way. We offer an experience. Whatever that quick message is to get somebody interested, focus on the 1%, the little things, how you answer your phone, how available are you, the questions you ask, being able to give them a reason to come to you versus somewhere else. That you give clarity, you uncover their desire. That's it. And it's simple. I'm telling you, there is elegance and simplicity, and people mess that up a million times. So let's ask a different question. Let's ask, there's a thing that we learned a while back from a guy, I can't remember his name, and we were talking about irrational questions. And he's and he was talking about that. He said, let's do from a scale of 1 to 10. It's like, would love for you to try our new whatever. And he goes, no, thanks. Can I ask you a question? On a scale of 1 to 10, how excited were you about that particular product? And maybe they say, well, like a 3, just not today. And here's the irrational question. Why didn't you give it a 1? And by asking that question, because they're not expecting that, they're going to say, well, it's just, I don't know, like I'm just not familiar with it. And I know that I need, skincare, but there's just so many selections. It opens up dialogue. Okay. I don't want to deep dive into that, but I can reskill the questions that you ask. And really, I mean, you must think of these sessions with Marissa as reinvesting in yourself. And I would, and jot this down. This is important, not only for you, but for you to share with your teams when you teach them something, is make this statement: listen with the intent to teach, because I'm going to have you teach this to someone else. It changes everything. You see, people need social proof. We look for cues on what other people are doing. And it doesn't mean that everybody's sheep, just like that 31 million TikToks, I'm just blown away. But then when you start thinking about it, it's not that people are sheep, but we're definitely more likely to follow the herd when we're uncertain how to behave, or we're uncertain with what's going on. Look, I'll prove it. Because people will say, well, I'm an outlier. I don't care what people think. I do me. Cool. Have you ever been to church? Have you ever been in a library? Have you ever been in a doctor's office? How do you behave? You go in there like you're at the pub getting pissed and, screaming and yelling? No. Job interviews, same thing. You don't go in there in your costume. You fit into the social norms. You fit into the expectations based on what most people do. That's social proof. Set the bar for your place. Be different. You want to be commoditized? How much? Very first question you're doing, how much is that? What do you charge for this? It's like, well, the massage is free, but the self-care, wellness, and this, it's a small investment of X. I don't even say cost or price. I say investment. I think that what happens is that, and again, another thing, Shawnee, that we could talk about is matching and mirroring and rapport. I mean, that's a whole other thing. But I just think right now, with everything at our fingertips, we're stimulus rich, but we're content poor, and we're certainly delivery poor. And you always must remember that people will remember their experiences over any product or service. Yeah. And I think that potential is way greater than, say, just your progress right now. but you must be willing to take that chance. And that to me is the most amazing thing. So I want to make sure, are there any questions or anything like that before we go that we can just pass around?
Okay.
I didn't keep track of the questions or anything.
No, it's okay, Brian. I think you touched on like the overview, and then, you know, we'll move on to the more specific questions a little bit later. But does anybody have any questions for Brian before he goes? Because he needs to move on, because we can't afford him really at these prices.
I'll stop it. Shawnee pays by cooking for me.
A fruit salad. Yes. Okay. I can.
Yeah,
see
it was a bit lacking actually, now that I think about it.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Have you done an experience audit in your business? Is every touch point delivering the experience you know will drive revenue?
I do. I think that's actually a really interesting way of saying that, an experience audit. I call it a care review, but you have to be look, here's the bottom line. I have met very few people who are willing to admit their baby is ugly. Okay. Now, if someone has an ugly baby and you don't want to hurt their feelings, what do? You're like, oh, nice. You know, looks like the father. But what happens is that deep down you're going, that kid is ugly. So our own business, like, don't you talk about my business. What? How many times have you secret shopped your business? And I don't mean having somebody call happy, have somebody call in with the problem. Because when you call in, look, if I squeeze a lemon, I know lemon juice comes out. I squeeze an orange, I know orange juice comes out. Squeeze a person in your business and you'll see what they're made of. And I want to challenge people, not to catch them doing it wrong, but so that we can close the gap and make it right. And that to me is probably, and by the way, somebody wrote, I'm going to use, can I supersize your treatment? As funny as I think that comment might've been meant to be, it's incredibly important. Tiffany, yeah, there you go. It's like you're opening up potato chips. I think that's a very great question for somebody, because guess what it would do? Interrupt their pattern of thought. Hey, would you like to supersize your treatment? Huh? You know, and it's like, yeah, we're really fortunate we have this thing XYZ, and maybe you'll get no thanks, but also you might get ish, do it. And that's okay as well. It's kind of funny hearing the American talk a little bit of South African, isn't it?
Brilliant.
Okay, maybe not. All right. Let's see if there's any other quick ones here before we go. How do you position yourself as an expert? Be seen. The beautiful thing with social media is be consistent and have a message of value. Ooh, you want a best practice? This one's free, okay? You have a list of customers. When do you call them or give them information without selling them anything? Marissa, and by the way, guess what's free? You pick up the freaking phone. Don't even do an email. Hey, Marissa, I wanted to give you a call to let you know that we found this best practice about doing XYZ for your skin. And I wanted, you can go down to Woolies or somewhere if you want, but we just wanted to pass that along because I know you do facials and I want to make sure you're taken care of. They're not seeing me now as trying to sell me. You're seen as an expert trying to help them. Give value first. You know, one of the funniest things when I closed a deal the other day, I love doing seminars because that's the easiest money. It's almost stealing. Consulting is like work. But I was talking to him the other day, and I said to him, I was like, look, he's like, well, I got your name from so-and-so, and you know, it's kind of a referral. You guys get those. And I said, look, I just got to stop you right there and be very candid with you. I may or may not be a resource for you. And if I'm not, I just want to refer you to the right people. You don't want to do a deal with us? I'm not sure yet. I would love for that to happen, but I need to make sure that I can work with you as much as you want me to work with you. Then we can make that call together. And it's like disarming. It's like, well, now he's convincing me, well, listen, we do this. And at the end of the call, he said, hey, send us a proposal and we'll take a look at it. And I said, I was like, what do you mean we? And he goes, well, I got to take it back to the committee. I was like, oh, that's not a problem. I'll do that. Can I ask you a quick question? He goes, sure. I said, does the committee respect you? And he goes, of course they do. It's like, I'm so glad you said that, because I know that you're on board with this, and this is going to be really amazing to work together. And now what can he do? Because there was no committee. He was the one that was trying to stall, and he's already admitted that he likes me and he's going to stick with me. But you can leverage these same conversations, and it has a little bit of boldness. But what do you have to lose? Nothing. That's my whole point. Everybody gives up before they even start. So just real quick, Marissa, now I'm on a roll. I've got diarrhea in the mouth. Yeah, can you imagine when I'm full? I know, right? I'm hangry sometimes. Okay, Marissa, I can see it in your eyes. You've had enough BP.
No, I didn't say that. We just got a lot of questions to still get through, but it's been amazing. Brian, I think we'll have you back, definitely, if you'll come back. We'd love to have you back.
Hey, everybody, follow me on Instagram, Brian Parsley Speaker. That's your payment for today. I would love that. Okay. And if your kids are on TikTok, ask them if they've seen the maskless man, dad. And that's the funny thing. All right. Cool.
We'll definitely do that.
Now I got to go make money.
Okay. Thanks, Brian. Thanks so much. Brilliant. Ciao, ciao. Thank you.
Ciao.
See you later. Okay, everybody. I hope you enjoyed that. So I'm going to quickly share my screen so that we can get to some of the questions that we have. Can everybody see my screen, by the way? Yes, no?
Yes.
Okay, superb.
Yes.
Great stuff. Okay, is everybody, so Brian was meant to be with us only for 15 minutes. I'm so glad that he got carried away. So that's awesome, because we got quite a lot of insight. And as you can see, what's great about Brian is he's not from our industry, but he is the most incredible business coach, and he just says it how it is. And I think that we can learn a lot from that, and especially from somebody that's not from our industry, that sees it as an outsider, that can give us tips and ideas on what we should be doing. So I just want to ask everybody if you're okay to carry on for another, let's say 15 or 20 minutes, because we have some amazing advice that are coming from the coaches, and especially towards the challenges and the questions that were posed. Is that okay? Super duper. All right, so I'm going to go to the question here, the questions first, okay? And then to our coaches, as we chatted earlier on, just put your hands up if you would like to answer that specific question, and then we'll call you on for that, okay? Super, all right. So the first one is finding the time to have regular staff meetings and staff huddles. So this one here should be answered pretty quickly. So who of you would like to address this issue? Finding time for staff meetings and huddles. Laura, thank you.
No worries. So my answer is simply make the time. So if you are going to add value to your staff, if it's going to increase your sales, then you have to make the time in order to do it, and not think of it as a cost of time.
Okay.
It's an investment of time.
Brilliant. So Laura, what about my advice? What do you think of this? If you say to your staff, we have a huddle at 9 a.m. every morning, not negotiable. Whoever's here is here, whoever's here is not here, we having it, finished. Even if the manager's not there, the huddle goes along with the staff. Do you think that's a good idea?
100%. It's just a business practice. It's about creating structure and giving direction. And it will make you money in the long run. So if you don't have time to make money, then I don't know what you're doing in business, quite frankly.
Super. Okay. Fran, from you?
Hi. So I'm in this topic. I'm exactly like Laura. Make the time for it. Perhaps you're not giving it the value that actually it has. Therefore, for you, since it's not important, then you don't find the time to actually do it. You need to create huddles and meetings that people want to attend. So maybe the way that you structure the meeting is boring, or your huddles are not very good, and that's why people, maybe you yourself, don't even want to do it, and you think it's in post. But if it's benefiting your business, perhaps you need to change the whole structure or how you do it. But you need to find the time and make the time, because if it's going to impact your business positively, then our dearly Michelle, she always said that you gotta make meetings and create meetings that people want to attend.
Okay. All right.
Not or the wish to attend, and then have different topics. Like one day you hold them in the huddle in the sauna, the other day in the hot tub, the other day in the rooftop, the other day in a coffee shop, whatever. Just as long as you create that diversity and the willingness and the interest for people to actually attend.
Okay, brilliant. Thank you, Fran. Nicola's also asking, how would you structure your huddles to make it exciting? So I think, Nicola, if I can, okay, Fran, do you want to answer? Go for it.
So I think the structure has to I can't give you the structure because I don't know your business and I don't know anybody's business. So you have to run what benefits your business and your goals. But I will say, like, short and sweet, share some motivational things, and then something you need to know what drives your team. So without that information, it's very difficult. It's again a very broad question to answer. And so I think the more like the cookies and coffee, Leniel is saying, but it's you gotta bring that element of surprise all the time. I mean, I bring my girls coffee half of the time. When I go and get a coffee, they don't ask me for it. I go and I get it because this is the way that I am. It's just, and then that keeps them also engaged in the we don't have a huddle. We have a brief thing that we do every day. We don't kiss each other, but we can't touch each other at this moment. But we do have the moment of those 5 minutes that it keeps us the focus of the day. What are we going to do it? How are we going to do it? How are we going to achieve it? And if you keep that hungriness, or I don't know how you say that hunger for information and for the diversity and for the what's new today, then your team should be waiting for you to do that.
Brilliant. Okay. Also, the daily business analysis, which is the first thing that the manager should be doing the second that they walk into that spa, is the topic for discussion for the huddles, because that daily business analysis actually tells you what to talk about at the huddle. We had 2 hours of white space yesterday. What are we going to do today to change it? Yesterday we sold 10 promotions. Well done, team, you're on fire. So I think that sets the tone for your morning huddles. Lisa's also saying that they do dance off some days a meditation, a gratitude session. So I definitely think that if anybody wants to reach out to the Sherbet Angel team, they embrace the staff huddle thing like I've never seen embraced before in my life. They don't miss a morning, and they've made it part and parcel of how their business operates. People come in, they go straight for their staff huddle. In fact, even if a client walks in through the door, and I've seen it with my own eyes in their salon, the client has to wait until their huddle is over. Plain and simple. And the clients actually love walking in on them because they're walking in on the staff having their little reunion and get together and get themselves geared up for the day. And it quite impresses the clients when they walk in. Okay. Morally is saying that they made their starting time earlier for all staff to fit huddles, and it's become a habit and almost sacred. Okay, that is brilliant. And then Yolandi, to answer your question in the chat box, because I know you start very early, I would take the start time of all of your staff. So if their first clients are at 9, you would do a staff huddle time at 9:15, and it would literally be a 15-minute before their first client comes in. Okay, right, so let's move on to the next one. I'm going to skip number 2. We're going to come back to it because I want to talk about the more urgent ones, and I know which ones they are because they were sent by more people. Right now, what is happening is a lot of cancellations, a lot of no-shows, a lot of constant changing of appointments, a lot of clients scared to go out. There's a lot of that going on. Do you have any tips or advice for our salon owners and managers out there with regards to that? Laura?
So in the UK, we've been in lockdown for what practically feels like a year, and most salons have only been able to open for 2 months in the last year. So what I've got a client that I've worked with for a long time, and what she's done is she takes events to her clients. So she has now created events that she does every Sunday evening to add value to her clients, and she charges for those events. Sometimes she sends out facial care packages to go with them, teaches them how to do stuff. But for no-shows and cancellations, you should be charging up front. There's very few salons in the UK now that don't make you pay up front. So you need to get a booking system, you need to take not a deposit, take 100% up front. You do need to be flexible during COVID because you don't want anyone in the salon to get it. So you have to take that into account, but a lot of people will doing it because they can. So if you just reiterate that you take the money up front, and you should slow down some of it.
Okay, great. All right, Fran, from you.
I think from my advice would be, like Laura said, take the money up front, but you have to be careful on how you communicate why you want to take the money. Especially if it's something that is new to your business, you've never done it before and now you're doing it. So I just actually did it myself, and I had this guest that was very upset and very about how dare you asking me for money when I came. I'm such a loyal client, even though it's not a loyal client because you come twice in the whole year, but it's, you know, so you gotta almost like be meticulously specific when you choose the words, especially if it's in a written communication to your guest about taking the payment. But most guests will actually pay up front. I sent like 4 emails, and one of them was negative, but then he paid, and the other 3 paid right away without hesitating. Which what we said is basically, during the COVID times, we experienced such a volatile times, and a lot of movement and a lot of cancellations and postponement of treatments. We just want to make sure that we can guarantee your spot that you booked, blah, 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 and then they pay right away. So I think the more honest you are and upfront you are with the guest, the better will be. And also, like, if they remove the treatment, if they paid already, well, you just honor that deposit for the next visits. It's almost like the hotel do. Instead of refunding the money, then you just hold on to the deposit and move it to the next date, and until they eventually come, of course.
Okay, brilliant. I think there's something that I wouldn't mind adding to this is, yes, we are living in volatile times, right? Where we don't know, and people will not show up because they might be genuinely sick or not feeling well or whatever it is. I want to leave you with a thought. What do your staff do? And what do you as the manager do with that available time of the no-show client? Do you go and sit in the treatment room and woe is me, and oh my word, revenue, I'm losing revenue? What do you do with that time that you have available? And that is it's almost as important as finding the solution to the no-shows, because you can turn that 30 minutes or that 45 minutes into revenue. You really can, if you choose to do with that time wise things and things that are going to generate revenue with your team. So get on the phone and upsell, or go and look for a client that's in the salon that's perhaps having a treatment that you can, okay, I'm available now. Would you like to have your nails done while you're having the facial with this therapist? I mean, go and look for the business. So I want to sort of get the back end of that challenge and say, what are you doing with that time that you're getting available? Okay, the next one is encouraging clients to try new therapists. So we're having quite a bit of staff movement, resignations, therapists thinking that it's better out there on their own. So they're going and they're doing mobile services. There's a lot of that happening at the moment. And then the owners or the managers are battling to get the clients to try and give other therapists a chance. Any advice to them, please? Fran, Laura? Laura, go for it. You were both thinking and then you got to the answer.
I was just trying to give somebody else a chance. So, okay. First of all, I just want to say, and it's pretty much off the back of what Brian was saying, but if you don't have any sales, you don't have any trust, you don't have enough trust. So if you can't get a client to go to a new therapist, it's because there's no trust there. So you have to find a way to get that therapist to come and be more at the front of the business in order to build the trust with the client. So you could do that through creating videos on social media. You could do it through giving more information, putting more testimonials up about that therapist. You could do an event where that therapist does a seminar and does trial treatments. So the bottom line is when you're not making sales, you've got to find a way to rebuild the trust. And to look up this as a business strategy, Stephen Covey wrote a really, really good book called The Speed of Trust. And it tells you when clients trust you, costs go down and income goes up. And if the other way around, if trust is low, then your costs go up and your sales are low. So the main part of that is about trust. So if your therapists are leaving, it's because they don't trust that your business can bring them the income that they want, firstly. And if your clients won't go to your new therapist, it's because they don't trust that therapist the same way they did the old. So it's a trust issue.
Okay, interesting. Thank you for that. Tiffany, your hand was up next.
Hi, everyone. So I have had a lot of movement in my salon, a lot, and it's something I've never experienced in 17 years. So I was taking it a bit personally and then just decided I actually can't because it will kill me. So the new ladies that I've brought in, although they are not of the standard that my other specialists were, I am working with them. So even if I soak my nails off every day and get a new set done every day, I have to do it. So I'm getting the girls to where I want them to be, but I've also decided to run a special as an introduction. So let's say Sarah starts, I will then run 30% off everything that Sarah does. And because money is so tight at the moment, most of the people are wanting to see Sarah instead of Lucy because she's got the 30% off. And then it just gives her like an opportunity to get to introduce herself to the client. And maybe if she can try, she can keep the client.
Okay.
You know, so it's not great for my other girls because obviously full paying clients are wondering why there's a discount, but at least I know I'm not offering 100% perfection at 100% of the price. So I'm kind of giving both ways. I don't know if it's working yet, but at least the new girls are getting some bookings and they have the chance to see some of our regular clients.
Okay, well, that's nice. They are getting booked. I think that's what's important. So Tiffany, maybe at the next meetup, you can tell us how that landed up working out. Okay. Thank you. Lanil.
Okay. Can you hear me okay?
Yes.
Can't see myself. Okay. So when this can be a little adjusted, but what we did back in the day on ships was really a great thing. So you could maybe do a spa tour and it can be virtual. And you can have those new therapists that you want your clients to try doing treatments on models. And you invite the models as those people that you actually want to convert to another therapist. So you ask them, listen, we're doing a little spa open house. We're doing a tour because it's COVID or whatever. And would you mind being a client free of charge while that therapist works on you? And that is always a great way to build that relationship, because then the client feels like they, you know, being invited to be a sort of a model for that therapist. And very often they actually start booking treatments with that person moving forward. Yeah. And then the other thing I wanted to say is also clients also need to be made aware that with the changes and losing therapists and things, they also need to change their mindset in a little bit of a way. So maybe it's encouraging them to being more open-minded, you know, without being disrespectful, but just having them realize that, you know, things are changing a lot. And as clients, as clients and spa owners, we all need to be really open-minded and open ourselves up to new possibilities and changes, you know.
Love it, Lanil. Okay, I am going to get to everybody whose hands up. I'm just going to go in order of hands up. Mariana. Mariana, do you want to add something because your hand's up?
I'm here. Can you see me?
Yes, we can.
Okay, I love listening to all of this, because remember, I come from the other side where I'm actually your client, so I love listening to that. But for me, and a lot of you pinpointed those things that I wanted to bring up. I am about the business's reputation and the owner of that business. That is very important to me. I don't care about the therapist. If I trust the business owner, like one of the ladies said, I will trust her that she chose the correct therapist in her business. And when I call and say, hi, can I have my appointment so-and-so? She's going to say, I know that you were with so-and-so last time, but she's resigned and this is the new therapist that we have. And that she will then be there when that new therapist is with me and introduce her, show her, this is Mariana, this is what she likes done, and this is how you go moving forward. So I want to be loyal and support the business, not the therapist. But again, remember, I come from the other side. So I don't know commission, what the therapist gets, what's involved. But for me, I'm loyal to businesses, not the therapist itself. Does that make sense?
It does make sense. But
Yeah.
who made you become loyal to a business, not a therapist?
I'm a business owner. So my reputation of my business is the most crucial part of being a business owner. It's about my reputation and the business's reputation. So it doesn't matter who you're dealing with in my business. You need to know that when you come and deal with my business, that you are getting 100% quality service that I would have offered you. Whether you're dealing with 5 of my staff or with me, we all operate the same procedures, same systems, same logistics. Everything is exactly the same.
Okay.
I had a horrible experience. I'll tell you quickly where, jet fuel, where you get that, what is it called?
The drip.
Yeah, the drip.
Yes.
And I'm petrified of needles. I'm a little baby. And so I trust the salon that I went to, and she says, look, we've got this great new thing. Come and try the drip. When I arrived, I was told that there's a new nurse. Because I trust the business, I trusted that the nurse was the right person. It was a disaster. And it wasn't handled correctly. And that for me is the biggest thing. If you handle the new person correctly to your customer, they will trust you, not the therapist, but you've got to handle it correctly.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Okay.
Patricia, let's hear from you.
Hi.
Hi.
I think I'm a bit frozen here. Can everybody hear me?
Yes.
Can you see me?
Yes. Yeah, you got
Okay. I agree with Mariana in terms of being a business owner, and people need to trust the business owner. And my screen is just my internet's a bit off where I am. But can you all hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah. I totally agree with Mariana. It's the fact that being a business owner, you have a reputation. And if you keep that reputation for a long time and keep it steady.
Can't hear you, Patricia.
And nice and clean. I think whoever comes afterwards, whatever change you make with your therapist or whatever. I'm not muted. Can you hear me now?
Patricia, your signal.
Can you hear me now?
No, your signal's not good. Your signal's not good.
Okay, wait. Okay, wait. Let me. Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Can you hear me now? Okay, so I agree with Mariana in terms of being a business owner. You've got a reputation and people will follow that. I agree with that because independently, if you're going to change a therapist or you're not going to change a therapist, they will follow the leader and not the boss. Because if you're a business owner and you've got a reputation through, they will know, okay, this one owns a business, so I know her. I know that she is a good person, so therefore her team is in the correct path. So I totally agree with what you just said, and I'm one of those people. I would, even if I have to go to the best hospital or whatever, not every time you're gonna get the best therapist or whatever, but the owner of the hospital you'll have to trust.
Okay, super. Thank you. Thanks so much.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Welcome.
Thanks. Okay, then I'm going to go to another quite important question as well that has come up quite a lot. Is what should we be paying staff during COVID? Is a daily wage a good idea? Because a lot of them are on short time at the moment. Okay, Fran, let's hear from you.
Hi. So we have restructured our payroll structure since COVID, or since they come back after COVID. So they used to get a permanent salary. and now they do get an hourly rate. So businesses decide to put certain restrictions with regards to how much are they willing to pay, so that we all get a salary cut. Even ourselves are in hourly paid, HODs and everybody